Welcome back, Lego enthusiasts, to Heart of Kid Productions. Got another Lego haul here of stuff that I bought within the past few months and just haven't had the time, but today we're getting into it. So let's get right into it. And as you can see, right off the bat, we got the Harry Potter sets. So I got all the banners. It's funny, I did not buy these all at the same time. I bought them like one week, and then another one a week later, and then so on and so on. And then about a month, I ended up having all of them. So the banners are interesting. You know, it's kind of like the other little books that came out. And it's funny, I'm missing one of those books that I didn't end up really caring for. I should have got it, but I'm missing one of the books. Not a big deal. It was one of the first books. So it's like, oh well, didn't get it. But these, when they came out, I was like, oh, I just like the pieces that come in it. There was a couple things. I like the interesting kind of like the 3D images of each one. That was actually really interesting for me. So I was like, cool. But that wasn't the main reason that I actually ended up buying these. The main reason was I like the sweaters, the different sweaters of each house. And I wish I could have, like, if I had the money, I would buy at least four of these because I would like to have four of the sweaters for each house just because I like having different outfits for all the characters and changing it up. But obviously, they all come with the sweaters for each house, and then each character has wearing their representative house robes or their shirt with the tie that matches. So that's another thing. I like having characters with their representation of the house, and obviously we've got so many Slytherin already. So I have a ton of Slytherin, and obviously Gryffindor regular outfits. So that's not a big deal. But like Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, I did not have a lot of these torsos or this one, So I was like, man, I wish I could get four or more, or they came out with more of the robes so I can have multiples of those people. And with Harry Potter, they're coming out with so many Harry Potter sets that you're gonna get them all. But this was kind of an easy way to get more robes that for each house. So then it's like, oh, cool, I have a nice group of Ravenclaw. You have a nice group of Gryffindor, Slytherin, and then Hufflepuff. And Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff, I feel like we don't get as many of them, those characters, so we're always missing out on having more of those students around. So this was kind of an easy way to get, three characters with three different outfits that made, that Hufflepuff kind of family. So that was cool. But again, I'd like to have all the robes, at least like six kids with the Hufflepuff robe, or the Ravenclaw robes. So right now, I think I have one, maybe two or three of those houses. Slytherin house, man, I've got so many Malfoys with that the Slytherin robe, and then Harry Potter's and the other kids with the Griffin robe. But this was a way I was like, okay, well, I'll get these. They come with some great pieces. I love these pieces as well. These awesome prints for the actual books, because at the end of the day, if you don't keep these as books, those are amazing pieces that you could actually utilize for mock builds or whatever, or common rooms. I could see somebody actually making common rooms and having this banner on like the wall, as like this Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff piece actually displayed in the common room. That would be really cool to have somebody actually make custom mock common rooms and having those actual crests kind of up on the wall, like above a fireplace or something, representing that room. I mean, if I had all the pieces and the time, I would totally do that. That would be awesome. I'd be like, hey, this is the Slytherin common room. And with Harry Potter Legacy that everybody's been playing, you can actually take Lego pieces and actually base it off that, or make your own creative mind of what you think the common room would look like, So what really cool. But yeah, the 3D images are awesome. The minifigures are great. It's a banner. It's nothing crazy. It's a little, to me, it was a little overpriced. I paid $35 for these. It would have been better if I'd say 25, maybe 30 at the most. But it is what it is, and I'm good with it. I was, like I said, I bought one each week, and I was able to get that. So as you can see, nice little chairs, just little things you can utilize if you don't want to keep it the way it is as the banner. You can take all these pieces, utilize them for whatever, utilize them for other mocks and stuff like that. Like, it's funny because those chairs right there, I'm looking at them right now, and I was like, man, that would actually look good in my dealership. I could take those chairs out of this set if I wanted and actually utilize them for the waiting room. And I don't know if every single one has, yeah, so see, this one has different chairs. And at the end of the day, or I can be like, I'm not going to take it away from the set because I want to have the set complete. I don't want to utilize these pieces for something else, and then be like, where'd I put those chairs? I know there was chairs from this, and then be like, oh, I used it for that. That's right. I do have a mock that I'm actually going to be taking apart and using for my dealership, a bunch of those pieces. And I already have chairs and different things like that. And I did use Harry Potter the trunk, actually the purple chairs for my dealership for the waiting room. And after looking at it for a while, I was like, it's very purple, very kind of bright, and my facade at the front does have some purple in it, but I don't feel that fits the waiting room very well. So I'm gonna take those chairs out and recreate the waiting room, make it look a little more fancy, a little more fresh. And some of the chairs and tables I have from the other mock that I had built have kind of more stylish, more luxurious settings. So I'll probably utilize that for that since I'm going to be breaking that down. But these chairs right here, these brown ones, they actually look pretty good. Like, just nice kind of luxurious, seats. So who knows? I don't know what I'll do with that, but we'll see. And then obviously on the back of this one, like, look, even that one has a nice black luxurious. It's a short chair. I don't. Man, that's kind of unusual. That table's kind of short as well. The chair's kind of short, but again, different pieces that you could utilize for whatever if you chose to. If you don't want to, you keep them with the banner and stuff like that. Now, one thing I wish, man, there wasn't so many stickers. I wish were all prints. That would be great. I know that probably would have boosted up the price, but then again, I already think this kind of a little overpriced. But it would have been awesome to already get these pieces in like prints. Would have been awesome. So, but yeah, and then I'd be like, oh, 35 is justified. Look at all these prints that are in here, not a bunch of stickers. But it is what it is. And then let's check out this one. So this one's really bright. I actually like the brightness of this just because obviously it's Hufflepuff, it's more greenery and all that stuff. That chair is terrible. That table is actually interesting. I like the side design that's actually different. But that chair is just too low, kind of like the Slytherin one. At least the Slytherin one's kind of black and sleek. This one just a little off. That chair she's sitting on in the back is interesting. It's very plain, but I guess it works for what it is. But yeah, the Hufflepuff one, if I'm looking at this one, just does not have a lot of things that I feel like you could utilize or take away from this. This one's very bland. So if you're not into Hufflepuff, this is definitely one that I'm like, it could be a pass. But obviously, I wanted all of them. It's funny because in this picture, you see this nice little cactus, but that's just a picture. It's actually not part of the set, which is funny because I was like, oh, that looks cool. That would have been a cool Lego design if they could have did something like that and actually utilize that plant as something. And obviously, all we have is these type of little plants, which don't really do much for it. But it is what it is. But as you can see, they have like, different ferns and different plants kind of hanging around. And it would have been nice for them to do something a little more like that if they were able to, obviously, and yeah, for 35 bucks, I just don't feel like this one provided anything. This should have been like 15, maybe 20 bucks, if that, for what comes in this set, because it's just very bland. So it is what it is. But those are the banners. That's what I think of them. At the end of the day, it's cool. So we got Hufflepuff, we got Slytherin, obviously Gryffindor, and Ravenclaw. And again, I like Ravenclaw. I always like the blue. I ended up playing Hogwarts Legacy. I'm still playing it, and after answering all the questions, I ended up falling into the Slytherin house. And I started the game as Slytherin, but if I were to play the game again from the beginning after I finally beat it, I'll probably join Ravenclaw because I love the blue. Blue's one of my favorite colors. So, yeah, that's where I would be. But I also did pick up another one. that I want to talk about. This one, oh man, the Tri-Wizard Tournament, the Black Lake. This thing, again, it's not to scale. I know the little thing. I saw somebody do a mock with 3 of these to actually build this part, and it looked amazing. Again, I can't remember who it was on YouTube, but with 3, they did a great job. Also, it would have been great to get more of those mermaids figures, or their I guess mermaids. But yeah, those characters, because this one only came with 1, and it would have been nice. And it only came with 1 of those as well, and it would have been nice to get 3 of those and 3 of them. So this is something, if the price drops and I see these somewhere else, I would totally buy 2 more to create this amazing piece, and then have extra figures, at the end of the day, and especially the mermaids and that little squid looking thing, having multiple of those, because they definitely should have added a couple more to this set, especially for $45. I mean, it comes with a lot of amazing pieces, which is why I was getting it. I wanted the characters with Hermione and Ron and Harry, and obviously Diggory. I think, no, that's not Diggory. That's Victor Crumb. Yeah, definitely wanted him. I like that it has an alternate head down there, and that looks really good. And then obviously the shark head, and that looks awesome. So it was really good. I was like, man, this is great. And I like the little boat build. That's interesting. And then the top looks cool. But yeah, to get like 3 of these and actually build like a mock to make it, one full stand would be awesome. Because then obviously you see them jumping off, but this is supposed to be way higher. They don't just jump off the top. You've seen the movies. If you watch the movies, you could see. But yeah, with Victor Crumb, yeah, it comes with an extra headpiece. Unless you just turn that around. I'm not sure if it's on the back of his head, but if it is, that's fine too. But yeah, really cool, because he obviously turns into a shark. Really awesome. But yeah, just a really nice little set. I would have thought more like $35, $40 for this, because let me see. The banner is like 305 pieces, and this is 349. Yeah, so it went up $10 for literally 49 more pieces. And yeah, Lego's been upping their prices, way overpricing some of their stuff. I ended up buying this, but at the end of the day, I would be waiting for a sale to get 2 more of these to add to the collection, and be able to mock build it and make it more substantial. And then maybe, you can sell those minifigures. The crazy thing is, obviously, like I just said with the banners, guess what? More Gryffindor robes, right? Right there. They didn't have the other characters that were taken, the other female from the other school, the little sister. But at the end of the day, like, I've got plenty of Gryffindor robes, plenty. It would have been great, obviously with this story, this is who obviously got taken. But at the end of the day, we just need more Hufflepuff robes. We need more Ravenclaw robes. We definitely gonna have plenty of Gryffindor, plenty of Slytherin, but it would just be great to get more Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw robes. That was really good. The trunk that came out, I got that 2 of those sets, and I love the scarves. I wish I could, if they were a little more cheaper, I would have like 4 more of those, because I love having the scarves for the different houses and stuff like that, because it kind of gives another representation of those different school, Ravenclaw and so on and so on. I'm trying to the different houses, excuse me, thank you. So the different houses with their colors to match, to be like, cool, now I have a set of, a bunch of Gryffindor over here, and some are wearing scarves, some are wearing the robes, some are wearing the sweater, and so on and so on. So, it just would be nice, especially if it's like, oh, I have a whole set that are going to class and they got to be wearing their robes. It would be nice to get multiple of Gryffindor, which we have already got plenty of, and like, cool, everybody in class is wearing their proper robes. Okay, I've got some Ravenclaw, and it's like, well, I've got 2 Ravenclaw with robes, and everybody else is wearing a scarf, or which is fine, because that's kind of the robe look. It just has a scarf, so that's good. But, and then other people wearing their sweaters when they're in class, I would presume they're required to wear their robes. But, it would just be nice to get more of those characters in their robes, because those colors would look really good, and to be able to have, their badges and everything, and then kind of have a full set of class, or them in the, cafeteria, the main area where they eat, with everybody in their robes and not everybody dressed and whatever, unless they're just on their downtime. That's just my opinion. Just something I'm like, we need more Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff robes. I swear, I just want those colors. I just want a whole class, a whole class of 12 looking really sharp. But anyways, guys, but that's about it. Just wanted to talk about this. So obviously I've got 5 Harry Potter sets, obviously all the banners, which I said I got one a week, so I wasn't spending like crazy amounts of money all at one time. And then I bought this one like probably a week after I bought all those. So yeah, but this one is actually probably my favorite out of those. The banners are cool, but this is really nice. And like I said, I wish it was a little cheaper. I wish we had more mermaid people and the squids, but it looks nice for what it is. I like the colors, but yeah, definitely need 2 more to make an awesome build so it actually looks a little more kind of compared to the movie and matches really well. But anyways, guys, like I said, as long as you have the heart of kid to enjoy everything and anything, I mean, yeah, we just love what we love, just keep that kid inside. I mean, I'm gonna be 44 this year, and I'm literally a big kid. My wife calls me a big kid. She's like, go to your playroom, and my playroom's my man cave, and it's great. I love it. I get to come down here, hang out with my kids, play video games, have my friends over when they're able and when I have time, so we can play and just hang out and enjoy the moment. So, anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. Enjoy life and subscribe if you want. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear if you guys pick these up, what you guys think, and I'll talk to you again later. All right. Bye.